try to evolve with each shoe. We try to make it even better. And the 5 is certainly no different. It's always about an evolution for me. I thought about the saying of basketball players can't play in low-cut shoes. But if you watch a soccer player who has twice as much torque on his ankle as we do, they're able to manage just fine.
Kobe sat down. He's like, okay. He's like, I got your next product. And he goes, I want my shoe to be the lowest, lightest weight basketball shoe ever. Kobe had actually mentioned this. He referenced when we were originally talking about the idea of a low-top basketball shoe that, hey, soccer players, football players wear low-top shoes, and they do a lot of the same movements that I do or a basketball player does. It's just not as big of an issue. It's really finding that right balance between low-profile, responsive underfoot feel, but the appropriate cushioning that a player like Kobe would need. Kobe was really after creating that low top collar height that actually dips down around your ankle or malleolus.
Working with Nike to develop the shoe, it's we sit down in a room, a round table, and we just talk.
He's probably one of the most intelligent, articulate athletes I've ever worked with, and he's really into the overall design process, both from a performance and aesthetic point of view. When he threw out this challenge of the lowest, lightest weight basketball shoe, he wrote on a piece of paper, heart. He slid across the table to me, and I read it, and heart. I'm like, okay. I'm like, what do you mean by that? So I had some thoughts, but I don't want to be too presumptuous. And what Kobe meant about heart was this indomitable will that he has to be the best that he can be and to win.
It all starts from there. It all starts from how can we make me a better basketball player and perform better.
I'll take whatever Kobe just said and I'll just immediately start sketching. So I'll usually sketch in 2 to 3 hours solid on the way home, just while everything is fresh in my mind. And generally I get ideas and concepts down there, and then it's just a matter of going back and refining. Starting with the outsole, it's a very minimal, lightweight outsole. We try to reduce as much weight and material and rubber as we could. We created this exaggerated herringbone pattern that was very much patterned after the heartbeat, and it worked out great on the product. It reduced a lot of weight and provided excellent traction, and just gives you a little bit of insight to Kobe's inspiration or insight into the product. We developed this code specific to Kobe. It's so complicated and secretive, I don't even understand it. So you could take a letter and go through a number of these different layers or processes, and you have a subsequent dot matrix pattern. So we incorporated that onto the product in the outsole. So there's this unique dot pattern on the sidewall of the outsole, and I'll reveal it here, but actually says heart. So that's part of the inspiration back to Kobe.
The one question I had is, can we go to a lower cut shoe but still not lose the cushioning that I like to have?
We put in 2 Zoom bags, one thicker one in the heel and then a little lower profile under the first met head, kind of the 2 key areas that a basketball player will have during the course of a game. We have a glass fiber reinforced midfoot plate to give you just that extra support and stability underneath the foot, especially in through the arch. Some of the stability is accomplished by bringing up the foot frame to make sure that the heel is locked down into the footbed, and then also the external counter to really make sure that your foot is not sliding around on the footbed. It's a lightweight Phylon midsole and then a true low top design, and it gives you that range of motion and mobility. You need that balance to make sure that the shoe is secure and it's supportive, and that's really where some of the flywire construction really comes into play. This was a new flywire construction and material, so we've sandwiched the flywire in between these thin skins. This type of flywire construction is actually half the thickness and half the weight of the original flywire construction. This is basically the Kobe upper. And this is the new Flywire construction and new Flywire skins. So this is all highly engineered to find the right containment, to make sure that these fibers are in the right place to really give you the security and hold your foot onto the footbed. It's all done and accomplished in a very minimal, very lightweight package, all resulting in a very lightweight, in this case about 10.6 ounce high performance basketball shoe.
You know, you're making a shoe that's extremely comfortable, particularly when other players are wearing them and opposing players are wearing them, because then you know you're really doing something good, because even though you're competing against them, they feel like, you know, to win this championship or to play, you know, the game that they want to play, you know, they want to play them in your shoes because they perform the best and they're the most comfortable.
When we finally sat down with the final concepts and confirmation samples of the different colorways, Kobe took one of them, and he was excited about all of them, but he took one in particular, and it was the shoe that he'll debut Christmas Day, and he just said, he goes, "This is my favorite shoe of all time." So, I mean, that was definitely, you know, made us all smile that, you know, we're on the right track.